Okay, we are live, and straight away we are kicking off with Square. Square is in the news. They are trying to acquire an Australian company. So it's currently up 9.21% in this session of the 2nd of August 2021. Strongly bullish at the moment. Momentum is looking strong. RSI looking quite okay at 60 based on this 1 minute live model. MACD, I believe, hasn't really cleared the signal line. The stock is just not far away from its 10-day moving average. So Square trading at $270.26, $270.175. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Okay, we don't have anybody here yet. Let's see. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us in this live session. So let's quickly have a look at AMC. AMC down 0.3%, no squeeze at the moment. So we quickly we quickly leave it and see what's going on with EVK. EVK is probably the stock of the day at the moment, up 135%. The company, the board is trying to acquire, or rather buy back some of its shares worth $5 million. And it has a float of about 14 million shares, and there might be some short figures out there as well. Let's have a look. Let's quickly have a look and see if there are short interests in the stock. Let's see, EVK. Okay, 62% for July 30th, 72% for July 29th. Okay, let's have a look at the short squeeze. Okay, 7.6% sold short. Even at that, it's still something. So yes, let's return. EVK up 165. In just a few seconds, it has added another 30%. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. EVK strongly bullish, up 163% and extending. So let's quickly have a look at Xcur. Xcur up 31.85%, just moving sideways. Not very much going down there. It is now trading below all of its, slightly below all of its short and intermediate moving averages at the moment. Xcur up 32.59%. Let's quickly jump to Atcx, Atlas Technical, up 27.92%, heading up above all of its moving averages. But the short and intermediate moving averages are not so far off as such. Atcx, Atlas Technical Consultants, up 28.08%. Rmed Array Medical up 21.87%. Stock is just getting some challenge from its 50-day moving average line, but currently above all the other ones at the moment. Array Medical momentum is very strong, very strong. Momentum is very strong. RSI is also improving, approaching 70 at the moment based on this 1 minute live model. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Array Medical up 22.74. Glmd, Glmed Pharmaceutical, Glmd up 23.69% in this live session. Currently it has retraced below all of its short and intermediate moving averages at the moment. Momentum is flat, very poor at 25. MACD is below the signal line clearly. The stock is below its 10-day moving average. Sometimes they tend to correlate. And the RSI is also not so wonderful at 43.54 now. So Array Medical, or rather Glmed Pharmaceutical, up 23.69% now. So let's look at Btbt. Digital Link up 17.78%, sideways movement at the moment. Momentum 14 period slow stochastic oscillator at 49 or 50, roughly 50. RSI is currently at just hovering above 50. INFI. Infinity Pharmaceuticals, INFI stock up 25.83%, extending bullishly. Momentum is for the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is at 75, quite strong. MACD is just trying to clear its signal line at the moment, and the RSI is at 54.17, just improving. Lvtx, Lvtx up 19.18%, sideways movement. 14 period slow stochastic oscillators measured by the 14 period, measuring the momentum. It has tipped over, waning at the moment. RSI still okay, hovering above 50. ACY, Aerocentric up 11.82%. Momentum trying to improve at 61.73. RSI not so wonderful at 44.09. MACD is I think below the signal line there. Okay, yes, thank you very much for joining us. Okay, Everglory still up 158.85%. So let's look at Xcur. Xcur up 37.52% now. Not very many stocks are on the move today. Not very much of late. Not very many stocks. So let's look at Atcx. Up 26.92%. Rmed up 24.20 in this live session. Okay, let's quickly have a look at Glmd, Glmd Pharmaceutica, up 23.15%. Okay, let's see what's behind this extension for Glmd Pharmaceutica. Let's find out why it is on the move. It says here FDA agrees with Glmed's plan to use Aramcol meglumine in the randomized double-blind placebo-controlled part of the phase 3 AMO study. So it came out with some positive news. I guess that's why the stock is on the move. The company is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company for liver, metabolic, and inflammatory diseases. Announced that the FDA agreed with its plan to use Aramcol meglumine in lieu of Aramcol fluacid in its phase 3 AMO study, without the need to conduct additional non-clinical and clinical studies other than planned limited pharmacology studies relating to Aramcol meglumine. Okay, so all the other as pretty much technical. So I think this is a forward-looking statement, so you have to bear that in mind. So and Glmd appears to be rallying within a longer term bearish trend. Its MACD is above the signal line at the moment. However, the shares remain below a declining 200-day moving average, signifying that the dominant trend remains lower. Momentum for Glmd appears to be strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 5.341 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So Glmd up 22, is it up 18.78% now? So that's what's going on with Glmd. So let's look at Btbt. Digital Inc. up 13.33%. Let's get an insight into what's going on. Btbt up 13.33%. 34.1 million shares have crossed the tip so far. Let's see if there's any news out there. Let's see why the stock is extending. 48.321 million shares outstanding. 434.9 million shares dollars. The market cap. Okay, there isn't any news out there. There was the last piece of news was at the close of the last trading sessions. It's Bit Digital files for 20 million share offering by 7 shareholders. Okay, let's read that and see. Okay, so maybe issue more shares, but in any case, it's up. Momentum is looking strong. It appears to be improving within a longer term uptrend, although it is presently below its 200-day moving average. That average is rising due to prior gains in Btbt shares. Additionally, the MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above 0. It is also easily outperforming the S&P 500. Yeah, so it's rallying now within a medium-term uptrend, within a medium-term downtrend. Okay, it appears to be improving within a longer-term uptrend, but within a medium-term. Okay, well, they're all very much uptrend, in the ascendant now. So at some point during the session, the stock moved above the 200-day moving average. So let's quickly have a look at Infi. Infinity Pharmaceuticals up 35.38%. The stock is strongly bullish at the moment. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we can find any news concerning Infinity and find out why it's extending. Infinity Pharmaceuticals up 34.91%. Let's see whether we're going to find any news. It's 8.72 million shares outstanding. Okay, today they got upgrades and they have a price target of $6 from JP Morgan. Okay, so that is close to 100% of where it is now. So it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. It's 200-day moving average upward sloping in the MACD histograms above zero and rising, but it's lagging the S&P 500. Let's see whether we have upgrades. I think that's what we have right now. So I think that's okay. Let's see. There might be some news. Okay, it's a lot of stocks. It's just upgrades. So there isn't really any news. Okay, well, those are news. Yeah, those are news. Got upgrades from JP Morgan and a few others. That's probably worldwide on the move at the moment. That's Infinity Pharmaceuticals up 35.6%, strongly bullish at the moment. Yes, if you just joined us, oh, thank you very much. So let's quickly have a look at Lvtx. Lvtx up 17%. Let's see if we can find out any news concerning this extension. Lvtx. Lvtx. Up 18.08%. I think it's a recently issued stock. Let's see if we can find any news. Market cap of $138.9 million. Relatively small shares outstanding of 25.114 million shares. Okay, there isn't any news out there. Could it be a case of short squeeze? Let's see, Lvtx. Okay, no data there. Let's look at ACY. This stock used to be a short squeeze candidate some months ago. So short percent of float is 4.84% in an increase of 21%. Let's see what's going on. Let's see why it's on the move. Eurocentury Corp. ACY stock. Okay, 149,700 shares have crossed the tape, which is above average. Okay, the stock has been bullish for some time now. It's been bullish since you can see the trend is a bullish one. Okay, so the short-term moving averages, look at them. So I would say since June, the stock has remained strongly bullish. You can see 1.546 million shares outstanding. Very small. Very small. Okay. So there isn't any news. It may just be a case of yes, indeed, might be a case of short squeeze. The stock is strongly bullish. Yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much for doing so. Give us a thumbs up if you can. The stock is in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping. The MACD histogram is above zero and rising. It is easily outperforming the S&P 500. Yes, Okay, let's return to the live model and let's see if there's any stock you want us to have a look. By all means, point it out there. Let's look at it. So we are looking at EVK. That should be the biggest gainer for today so far. EVK up 140%. At some point we sold to 160%. So, but even at that, the moving averages have just continued to catch up with the stock itself. It has found it difficult to depart from them. We did see it depart. This is when it spiked. At this point, it was up 130%. So here it extended to about 160%, and since that time, and it moved sideways, then the moving averages caught up with it, and it retraced again down close to that stop, slightly below that 130% extension, and it's now moving sideways now up 146%. And you can see the momentum as measured by the 14-period oscillator is at 85, even approaching 90, but the RSI is not so strong as such, So this is what you're looking at right now, is the 1 minute live model. So let's quickly have a look at the daily model and see what's going on there. Yes, thank you very much. We have 2 likes. You can see what's going on now. It has exceeded all of its moving averages. The last time it had any spike that came close to what we're looking at right now was in early December. That's the spike we had then. It had a huge extension, and I think then it was up to 220%. But this time around now it is up 142%. So it has a history of that, even though it is so far up. It was a long time ago that happened. So on this daily model, we have all the escalators are very much bullish, very much bullish. So let's return to the let's look at the 10-minute model. 10-minute model, you can see it is strongly bullish as well, as expected. Everglory up 142.92%. Okay, let's see if we can find out what's going on with Square. Let's look at Square here. Okay, Square up 11.22%. Okay, today it reported earnings. Okay, today, yes. Q3 reported earnings were $0.66, a $0.25 beat. This is a 94.12% increase over non-GAAP results from the same period a year ago. So that's good news there. Square market cap 112.6 billion, 455.369 million shares outstanding. Let's get the news. Let's get the news. There's the news out there. Okay. Yes, that's the news. Square is making waves today after reporting mixed second quarter 2021 results and announcing a blockbuster $29 billion acquisition of Australia-based Afterpay, a fintech that provides buy now, pay later services. This pair of announcements and offers a considerable amount of information to sift through and assess. But a few core themes emerge for the new rush. For instance, Cash App, which is Square's answer to PayPal's Venmo, continues to drive remarkable growth for the company, though Bitcoin related revenue growth dipped sequentially. Additionally, while Square's purchase of Afterpay instantly transforms the company into a leader in the red hot buy now pay later space, the steep purchase price and the all stock composition of the deal are creating some uneasiness. However, when drilling down on the details of Square's second quarter results and the acquisition, the author of this piece believes that the positives outweighs the negatives, especially from a long-term perspective. While Square beat earnings per share expectations by $0.35, it did not come up. It did come up short on the top line, generating revenue of $4.6 billion versus the $5.05 billion expectation. In their view, though the shortfall isn't overly concerning because it appears that a slowdown in Bitcoin investing and trading within the Cash App was a main culprit. After registering $3.5 billion in Bitcoin revenue in Q1, up 11 times year on year, Cash App posted Bitcoin revenue of $2.72 billion this quarter, up 3% year on year. The deceleration is related to price stability of Bitcoin relative to Q1, which was negatively impacted trading activity. Okay, yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much. We're just digesting what's going on with Square and its earnings outcomes, its acquisition of Afterpay, an Australian fintech. So if you just joined us, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you can. So let's continue. If there's any stock you want us to have a look at, just put it in there and we will quickly have a look at it. So if you just joined us, thank you very much. A thumbs up will definitely help us to go far enough. Okay. Overall momentum for Cash App remains very strong, as illustrated by the 177% surge in revenue and an accompanying 107% jump in business gross payment volume. Broadly speaking, strengthening online consumer spending is bolstering contactless payment platforms like Cash App. More specific to Square, the company's strategy to integrate direct deposit capabilities through Cash Card is paying dividends. Inflows per monthly transacting customer nearly doubled compared to 2 years ago, pushing transaction volume through Cash App network higher by 4% over the same period. Meanwhile, the recovery in in Square's more traditional seller ecosystem business hit another gear in Q1. Revenue rose 81% year on year to $1.31 billion. The seller ecosystem, which includes hardware and software products that helps small and medium businesses accept credit/debit card payments, was hit hard when the pandemic led brick and mortar stores and restaurants to shut down. In the year ago period, revenue for this segment fell by 17%. Naturally, the reopening of local economies and the lifting of business restrictions provided lifts, but Square also cited improving retention rates, especially from recent acquired customers, as a key driver. Looking to strike while the iron's hot, Square is taking advantage of its business strength and high stock price by acquiring Afterpay. It's not difficult to understand the enthusiasm for the deal given the explosive growth seen in the buy now pay later market. Recent IPO and Afterpay competition firm posted a top line growth of 67% in its most recent quarter. While Afterpay's growth rates weren't disclosed, the company has amassed more than 60 million customers since founding in 2014. Afterpay will be integrated into Square's seller and Cash App segments, expanding the company's product offering and customer base. the growth opportunity resulting from the transaction is compelling, but Square did pay a hefty 30% premium to Afterpay's closing price of 96.66 Australian dollars last Friday, the 30th of July 2021. Also, with Afterpay shareholders receiving 0.375 shares of Square stock for each share they own. The all-stock deal will be dilutive. In the press release, Square stated that it expects the deal to be modestly dilutive to adjusted EBITDA, but accretive to gross profit growth in the first year after the deal is completed. Overall, there's plenty for Square investors to cheer about today, as this game-changing acquisition provides another potential growth catalyst while Cash App continues its ascent. So yes, let's return and see what's going on live. EVK up 150%, and let's look at Square up 10.96%. So let's look at AMC. We promised to look at AMC. AMC up down 2.05%. Xcur up 45.19%, strongly bullish and extending based on this 1 minute live model. Atcx Atlas Technical Consultants up 27.36%. Rmed up 19.82%. Momentum is strong and looking the slope of that 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is a bullish one. Glmd Glmd Pharmaceutical up 18.48%. The momentum is strong, completely. The momentum is really strong at 100. It's overbought at the moment. Overbought. More and more. It indicates that the volumes we are looking at right now on the screen are buy volumes. Majority of them are buy volumes. Strong, very strong right now. Glmd Pharmaceutical, very strong momentum, but it has retraced a bit now. So let's look at Btbt. Beat Digital Inc. 12.4%. Let's look at SSHI. SSHI is at $0.96. Sandy Springs Holdings Inc. Momentum is flat. RSI very strong at 4.22. We have a position in there, just to let you know. INFI. Infinity Pharmaceuticals up 35.14%. Momentum has collapsed. Lvtx. Lava Therapeutics down 19.8%, or rather up 19.88%. ACY. Aerocentury up 12.82%. Let's look at American Battery Metals, down 0.64%. HYSR down 7.35%. ASTI. Ascent Solar up 11.33%. Yes, if you just join us, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you can. Thank you. So if there's any stock you want us to have a look at, just put it down there and let's have a look. Everglory International up 154.42%. Let's try and see what's going on elsewhere. Everglory, obviously the biggest mover at the moment, the most active stock at the moment. Okay, AHPI, Allied Health. Let's look at that. AHPI. Let's find out why it's on the move. While that is coming up, we can always put it up here. AHPI. Allied Health up 25.7%. You can see strongly bullish and extending. Let's see why the stock is in the move. If there's any news, there isn't any news concerning AHPI. Let's see whether we can get its short figures. AHPI. Okay, oh my goodness, 52.47%. The stock is on a short squeeze. It has to be that. It has to be that. Let's look at let's see what 4 million shares. Definitely, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. The stock is definitely on a short squeeze. It is gradually building up. This is a stock to watch. Allied Health, Allied Health. Is it a biotech stock? Let's see. Healthcare equipment and supplies. Allied Healthcare Products Inc. Okay. AHPI stock, Allied Healthcare Products Inc. is likely to be on a short squeeze at the moment. 10.9 million shares have crossed the tape, which is above average, extremely above average. The shares outstanding based on what we have here is 4.014 million shares. And let's look at the average volumes here. Let's look at the average volumes. We have a 10-day average of 18.245. Okay, so it's in line somewhat. It's somewhat in line, but it has a shares outstanding of about 4.014 million. So it's definitely on a some sort of short squeeze. You can see that 52.547% of the floats have been sold short, and so okay, we're getting a validation. Shares float is 3.24 million shares, so we are definitely facing some squeeze here. We haven't seen any news out there. Short percent increase or decrease is 1,100%. So it has been provoked into a squeeze now. This extension we are looking at right now has to be as a result of some short squeeze for sure. That's what we're looking at right now. So let's this is the 1 minute live model of the stock. This is the 1 minute yes. Extending bullishly right now, but retracing, getting has broken through the 10-day moving average at the moment. So Yes, the stock is definitely facing some short squeeze. It's extending now. I think if this 52-week high is $11.539. Yes, so anytime soon it will exceed that. It will exceed that. It's 52-week high, I believe. So even the much older data it's saying it's 42.47%. So this is definitely one of the stocks that is facing some huge squeeze at the moment. You can see the oscillators are all looking up. The stock has been on the radar of the short squeezers for some time now. So let's return and see what's going on here. 24.48%. This stock is definitely on short squeeze for sure, because there isn't any news out there. It has a small float. It's in the healthcare business, not too far away from the biotech businesses or sector. So for sure we are looking at some short squeeze now. So with this retracement we're looking at right now, and we have a volume of about 190 at the moment crossing the tape. They are likely to be some sell transactions, sell volumes, so it's quite active at the moment. You can see that, momentum is down at 40. It's retracing, waning a bit. RSI is just hovering above 50 now. So there's obviously the stock is pulling back now, pulling back in between the 10-day and the 20-day moving average. For sure, Allied is definitely on squeeze. If you're there, give us a thumbs up. We just ran into a stock on short squeeze. By all means, yes, we have 2 likes there. Just somebody out there, make it 3 if you don't mind. We have Allied Healthcare is on short squeeze right now. 54% of all of its shares have been sold short. By all means, see what you can make of this, but just be really careful. Even though it has it's retracing right now, but we just ran into it. We just did a quick search and quick look at what's going on, and we ran into Allied Health. It's definitely on short squeeze at the moment. Retracing below its 10-day moving average, 20-day moving average at the moment. Yes, we are looking at a short squeeze on Allied Health. It has run up an extension of about 19.31% now. There isn't any news out there, and it's just simply on the move, right? Even though right now it is pulling back, getting some support from the 20-day moving average. So if there's any comment you want to make, put it in there. Let's have a look. Allied Health Care up 18.55% at the moment. So let's look at the daily model and see what's going on. The daily model, we'll also have a look and see if yes, you can see yes, let's see if it also has we also have we'll try and look and see if it has a trades option is optionable. Yeah, no options, no options. Yes, we are looking at Allied Healthcare extending further now. Trying has surpassed its 20-day moving average, 10-day moving average now. Yes, that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, up 19.76%. Okay, just be careful out there. If you really have to buy the stock, just know what you're doing. Know what you're doing with. You really have to buy Allied Healthcare stock. Even though it has that huge short interest, more than 50%, more than half of its entire float has been sold short. So just be careful out there. Know what you're doing. It's currently up 19.6%. We'll continue to update you concerning this stock and indeed any other one we can come across. Thank you very much for watching this video.